We got new knives on the table, including a new sprint run from SPYDERCO. Let's light it up. We've got new knives on the table. What do you want to start with, Ed?
Well, you know, one of the most popular things that it's always really fun, and we've both got one, and everybody really loves talking about it and playing with it, and that's our Sous Chef line.
Yeah.
And we've got quite a bit to show for it.
So we've got some brand new Sous Chefs. We've got a Cleaver and a Santoku, both in regular VG10 and VG10 Damascus. We're going to take a look at those right there. So this one is going to be, I believe those are anodized aluminum handles. So red on this one. We've got them in black as well for the non-Damascus version. So non-Damascus VG10 in the Cleaver coming in at $16.99. This one's $24.99 for the Damascus. So really good deal. And another great folding style kitchen type knife.
Do you know how many of these we have? Because didn't we sell out really fast the last time we
did.
showed
and
that?
I don't know how many we have.
Should I just have you leave these up here for me and you?
Probably so. Probably so. We've also got them in the Santoku version, which is my favorite right there. The Santoku is the one that I always reach for in the kitchen, and this is going to be absolutely a go-to for me when I'm preparing, whether it's outdoors at the grill. I mean, I'm going to have probably a little station next to my grill where I keep these because I absolutely love them. And that Damascus just pops. And with it being VG10, you can't beat that. I mean, that's just, it's classic, it's classy, and it just feels so daggum good. And, I mean, there's been a movement of people wanting kitchen knives that are foldable. And these actually have pocket clips as well, which we didn't see on the first iteration of our Sous Chef.
I like that.
Nice and new. Like I said, $24.99 on the Damascus, $16.99 right now on sale for the non-Damascus version. Those are going to be hot sellers for Christmas. Great stocking stuffers.
I'll say this. My dad is not a knife guy. And I bought him one of these for Christmas last year. And that's like, it's really weird seeing him brag about something that I gave him. And like, my dad lives in a RV. He travels right now with his YouTube channel. And every time I go and visit him, he's like, "Yeah, buddy, right here is my favorite thing, right here."
Well, and if you think about it, it's great for camping. It's great.
It don't take up space.
Staying in an RV. I mean, my wife and I lived in an RV for several months while we were looking for our house, and you know, your counter space is very limited. In an RV, you don't have room for a big old knife block there.
Yeah, so. I mean, he loves it so much. He was telling me that him and his significant other got in an argument because he thought she lost it. So he's like,
wow.
He called me and said, "You're going to have to get me another one of those."
It got real intense there for a second in the RV there.
So,
not enough room to cuss a cat in there.
From your experience, I'm guessing that's pretty common with RV life, living that close.
Yes. 3 humans and 2 dogs in a 30-foot RV is at times trying, but you know, it worked. We've also got our brand new case. So we did 3 different iterations of our 45th anniversary. We're coming up on our 45th anniversary with case and as a company now. And so really excited about that. And this is the 3rd version. We had one for case days. We had one for our fall festival, and this is the newest iteration right here. And that is going to be a really nice, if I can get the camera to focus. There it is. So you can see right there, case, XX, and you got the XX right there, and then celebrating 45 years. I mean, that's bone that has been carved down and etched. So you can see definitely a 3D kind of feel and look on that. So we've got 45th anniversary, 1978 to 2023.
If you've been buying your knives here for a while, this is something you gotta have.
SMKW case 2023. I mean, this is a huge deal right here. And there's going to be a limited number of these. These are going to go really quickly. I don't know exactly the number made on these, but it's going to be about the same, in the same category as our Christmas knife. And that's going to be a really special one for years to come, and a great collector's piece right there.
I love the blue too. Just big blue roof.
Well, it matches the big blue roof, kind of what we've been known for years. Brass pins and liners, true sharp surgical steel on the blades. This is going to be that classic trapper pattern, and just absolutely gorgeous. Love that one. Coming in at $89.99.
We could do the approach here with like a lot of podcasts. Everybody's seen the thumbnail now. They're here for a certain knife. I know they're here for it. So we'll talk about it last. So
next up, I want to talk about this one right here. That was scary. I tossed it into my other hand.
You'll have to replay my eyes right there.
I kind of freaked out for a second right there. But we've got a new knife from WRIGHT, and a whole series, really. It's not a new knife model. So this is going to be the Gen P. So on the Genesis kind of platform, but we've got them in their whole array of different designs, including the Camp Muck, including the Bandit, all those. We've got them now in this PSB 27 steel. Now, we're going to be doing a more in-depth blade steel coverage of this steel. I've been doing a lot of research because not a lot is known about it. It's a fairly new steel and definitely new to knives in and of itself. We're also doing some in-depth testing. We've got Jonathan Burton, Bearded Burton, out there. JB doing some in-depth testing on it, and then he's going to send it back to LT. They're going to clean it up, send it back to us, and we're going to do a long-term review on it, on what this steel offers. But essentially, it's a spray form steel. It's going to offer a lot of the similarities of like a particle metallurgy. It is a particle metallurgy. It's forced through a actual nozzle, and then it's actually spray formed onto a cast, which what that does is it allows it to have a much finer and more dense construction. This in particular is going to be, this PSB 27 is going to be like an upgraded D2. And from what I can tell and from the charts on it, it's coming in with a 30% across the board increase in its attributes. In toughness, in wear resistance, those are coming in somewhere around 58, 59 Rockwell from what LT told me, and really excited about those. That one itself is going to be 325. It's going to come with the sheath, and obviously an increase in price, mainly because it is a new steel and it is more expensive to produce, and it is more expensive to work from a knife maker standpoint as well. So really excited about those.
I would say this is going to be the most extensive review we've ever done on a knife.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you will really get to know a really in-depth. Be looking forward to the new blade steel video that you're going to put out.
And the cool thing too is that's an exclusive steel for us here at the moment at SMKW. Nobody else is getting that steel from LT or anybody else at the moment, and we're really excited about that. That was a suggestion that was made last year at our fall festival by Josh and Tyler, and they went to LT specifically because they knew his knowledge and his experience with blades and wanted him to be the first one to do it, and he absolutely knocked it out of the park. I am really digging it.
You could collect knives or you could collect blade steels. So if you
like that.
You ain't got this one. So if you're collecting blade steels,
yeah,
snatch it up.
Absolutely. Also, we're going to touch on this one. Now, we're going to be doing a more in-depth view of this one, but we've got the newest iteration of our X-Wing in, and that is going to be the Tonto partially serrated. We know a lot of people out there really dig that partial serration on their ULTRATECHs, and so we came out with the X-Wing with the partially serrated. It's going to be great for cutting cordage, rope, anything like that. That's why I do like to keep a serrated edge. They are more frustrating for me to sharpen, and I get frustrated every once in a while with those. But it is going to be great for cutting rope and stuff like that, and any sort of like webbing, that kind of stuff. So really dig that, and that is, again, the newest in our X-Wing. You can see right there, 11/23. That's when it was born. So these are hot off of the production line right there. Serial number on that one, 946. So really digging that one. And to touch on that as well, we've still got some of our Tontos, our straight Tontos available, as well as the double edge. And those are all coming in at 365. We've also got a handful of the Hellhounds left. Not very many of the Hellhounds left. Those are 475, 465, somewhere in there. But not a lot of those left. So if you're looking for one of those to pick up for somebody for a Christmas gift, you might want to go ahead and do that while you've got the chance. We've also got, now this one's kind of a special one for me because I've been using and carrying the XT1 Alpha for about a year and a half now, and absolutely love that thing. It's one of my favorite knives that I own. We've actually got the XT1 Charlie Stealth right here from TOOR, and that is a really cool knife. So they've done a different blade shape. It's still CPM S35VN on the blade steel, titanium on the backside frame lock, and titanium on the pocket clip right there. But we're talking a little bit lighter construction with the G10 on the front side, and that one's coming in at $395. I've
not held
really
this one yet.
thing. And now I will say, and this is going to be true of any like higher end, really nice folder. It is on washers, and it does require a little bit of a break-in period. That's what I went through with my XT1 Alpha. But after you get it broke in, that thing is absolute money. It is gorgeous.
Yeah, I like that.
And I think a lot of people are going to like the different blade shape. It's going to be a lot easier to sharpen than the recurve. So having that kind of sheep's foot, Warren Cliffy kind of thing going on there, I like it.
I like the texture.
Yeah, that chip texture is really
Feels good in
and
the
it's
hand.
I mean it's really popular right now. I mean you see it on so many different knives, including TOORs and
Well, to speak of TOOR's quality, if you saw the news break in our fall festival video,
yes, he's going to be collaborating with the TOOR very soon, and we're going to get a chance to see that hopefully at SHOT Show.
I can only
Maybe a little bit
imagine
before.
what it looks like. Yeah, Shane probably hates me.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet. Super exciting, and they've absolutely knocked it out of the park, and really can't wait to show that thing off to a lot of people, and also get it in hand and, as Shane would put it, get some dirt time on it.
Yeah,
Because that's
that's
what they're all about.
I'll probably be getting one.
Yeah. I mean, it's honestly a collab from two of our favorite companies.
Two of the greatest people too.
Yeah.
Which it's hard to say that it's very hard to count on one hand bad people in the knife industry, but man, they're they're up there in the top as far as some of the best people to work with, talk to, hear stories from, get advice from. Love them.
Absolutely. Now, this one right here is kind of special too because we weren't supposed to get this one, and they made a mistake at Blade West and put it in our video. This was actually supposed to be a CRKT exclusive. Now, I'm going to be completely honest and say that I think they did that on purpose. But nevertheless, we did a video at Blade West talking about some of their new releases, including this MBOMBO. And this thing is super cool. A Darryl Caston design, and really, really nice knife. Now, he designed this actually based off of a design that he made for the SpaceX crew. And this is going to be very reminiscent of several of his designs, but a little bit beefier. We're talking Damascus steel here and titanium on the handle. Nice, generous lanyard loop in the back end right there, and a pocket clip on the back side. It is a frame lock and super action. I mean, it's just absolutely smooth. You notice I didn't even use my wrist on that one. It was fantastic. And the action closing, watch this. Let's see if I can.
Oh, it's super smooth.
Oh, man.
It's one of those knives that I believe when we first saw it over there, I was like, that's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. And then you play with it and you kind of look at it and it's just kind of like that.
The more you play with it and the more you hold it, the more you really fall in love with it.
Can you side flick it with your finger?
Like that?
Yeah. Oh, no, it goes into your...
My hand gets in the way, but hang on.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, almost like
a front flipper.
A front back
flipper?
A front back flipper. You got to do a gainer with it.
So beautiful knife and really well done. I dig it. Now, the thing that I dig about this thing is I was really shocked at the price. Because of the packaging that it comes in, I thought it was going to be more in line with like the Michael Walker designs and that kind of stuff. But actually that one's coming in at $225. $225. And what's more is it's a limited run. 500 of those were made. That's it. That's all there's ever going to be is 500. They're not bringing them back out. They're done. That's it. And
it
so
could be yours.
for just $225, not $99, just $225.
Get our QVC pitch on.
And over here we're looking at.
Wow, TC, that's just the greatest deal I've ever seen. It is a good deal.
It is. It is. And I love Daryl Caston's designs. I mean, right
We're
there.
getting the calls now.
Out of Folsom Prison. No, out of Folsom, California.
Folsom Prison.
He's straight out of Folsom Prison.
No.
Folsom, California. That was a joke I was going to make, and then I kind of ruined it. But yeah,
We're just here, people. We're only human, as LT Wright is.
greatest response to a bad comment I've ever seen. Next up is going to be the brand new BenchMADE FREEK, and watch this, no wrist action. Look at that. Look at that.
Why would you mention something like that?
Well, see, here's the thing. I didn't realize that I needed to be training for maybe limited mobility situations where I didn't have the use of my entire wrist, or maybe like a close quarters situation where I didn't have a full range of motion. I didn't realize I needed to be training for that. But thanks to the comments, I was informed that I used too much of my wrist, and that obviously also affects my knowledge of the inner workings and the components of these knives. So I needed to show right there that I am capable, regardless of what some people think.
Well, sidebar rant. We saved those.
We got mean comments, and we're going to be going through those in another video.
You want to blast us? I'm just kidding. No, but we are going to blast you too.
Oh, absolutely, because that's who we are. So the new FREEK, S90V on the blade steel, carbon fiber on the handles, 3.5-inch blade length, 8.5 inches overall, red anodized spacers, red anodized on the ambi thumb studs right there, axis lock. It's just solid. 315, really nice knife. And with S90V, you're not going to have to sharpen it very often, and with S90V, you're going to be glad that you don't have to sharpen it very often.
Well, you know,
so
I'm just glad you're listening to the viewers out there, and you no longer like the biggest complaint before your wrist was all your necklaces, so you just put them all on your wrist now.
Yep, sure did. I'm trying to get as many as possible. I'm trying to be more like Bushcraft Kelso there. Next up, we've got some new WEHR knives. This is the ALLIE-P. So you've seen our wolf there, our werewolf. This one, there it is. I got it. I got it. I forced it.
It's been fighting us today.
So this one in particular, M390 on the blade steel with that satin finish right there. Satin finish also on the titanium frame lock handles. The action on these things is superb. No wrist action. You notice that? Just like to make that clear. And nice accents too with the ambi thumb studs, the pivot collars there, the pocket clip. Just very well done. Now, one thing that you noticed, that one right there is kind of the plain model, but they've also got this one with the micarta inlay, the green canvas micarta inlay.
Yeah, I wasn't sold on the looks of it until I saw this one, and I was like, yeah, maybe I do like it.
It's just, I need to wipe my grimy fingerprints off that.
But everybody's got different tastes. Usually I do like, I mean, you've seen my collection.
It's all gray.
Yes.
Yes. But, I mean, that just adds a, oh, I messed up. I got my finger in the way. There it is. Nice. That is just gorgeous right there. That's the satin finish blade. That one's actually the Stonewash. Excuse me. I misspoke earlier. But 540 on those. Really, really nice fit and finish on those WEHR knives. The ALLIE-P, as it were. And then, of course, we've got one more. The one that everybody's been waiting for. And I'll be honest, I don't think these are going to last long enough for most of the people that see this video. to get their hands on one.
Why are you showing knives you can't buy?
And the thing is, and what a lot of people don't realize, we get a lot of people that comment months later and are like, "Why are you showing knives that are out of stock?" Well, I mean,
That's a good thing for us.
The point is that we sell them, but what you got to look at when the video was posted. If it's something that was posted more than 3 weeks ago, there's a good chance that we've sold a decent amount of these in that time period. So,
and the odd thing about our channel is we don't get a lot of the views right up front. It's usually like a month after because YouTube.
We're not intentionally trying to post stuff that we don't have in stock. We do it one time. Now, this one is a Spyderco Sprint Run right there. This in particular is the Stretch 2XL with the Nishwin Damascus.
Get up in there with it.
So we've got,
get it.
This is going to be the glass fiber handle. And then, of course, the VG10 Damascus blade steel. I believe that says, let me see, DPS 15 VG10 on the blade steel right there. Just gorgeous construction, and the action on it is super smooth. And it snaps in place right there. That is so satisfying. And another cool thing about this one, it's a Spyderco Sprint Run, obviously very beautiful. $287.
Blew me away when you showed that to me yesterday. Sorry, now I've got the indigestion that you usually have. You showed it to me, I felt it, and I was like, great, another knife I can't afford. And you're like, no?
This one's affordably priced for a sprint run.
Obviously,
for these materials.
$275 is not in everybody's thing. It's not mine. I make sacrifices, and I sell plasma and everything.
He's only got one kidney left, y'all. He's got to keep that one.
Yeah, there we go. We're going to have a whole sponsored acid reflux part of this show with the both of us.
Today's message brought to you by Equin.
If you're out there with some kind of pharmaceutical company and you sell antacids, get in contact with us.
Did you really just say that? All right. We want you to let us know what your favorite knife that we've got on the table from this show was. Which one are you thinking is your favorite? Which one are you picking?
Spyderco.
That one?
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Back up.
Bet.
Yeah,
back it
I'll
on.
take that one home. But second is this one right here.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that? Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. That was too much wrist.
Yes, you can.
So, I think for me, it's going to be either the MBOMBO, which I love the action on it, as well as, because of how special it is, the Case 45th anniversary. What are you carrying?
So I've switched to this thing that I bought over at Bushcraft Weekend. It was only $15, so I feel like it's a pretty good deal. It's a little EDC holder
from P&W Bushcraft,
and I got my Case Sodbuster with the coated black blade.
PVD coated blade.
I've really enjoyed that. I've actually I've not carried a folder like a modern folder in 2 weeks. So wow. This is the only thing I've been carrying. And then got the ALLIE-P in, and
your ALLIE flashlight.
ALLIE flashlight. So yeah, that's I've really switched to a small light carry, and that's everything. So
yeah. And
a little bit of a essential oil on there to make it smell like cedar.
Oh,
yeah,
that's very bespoke of you.
Yes.
As far as a knife goes, I've actually got my TOOR CHASM.
Yeah, that one.
SMKW exclusive right there with the G10 handles. And I dig that knife. I've had it for a while now, and really love that thing. Really
cool stuff on the show today, and keep an eye out for some of our Christmas specials coming up. And we have a really fun Jeopardy game we're going to be playing.
Yes. And our mean comments. And the Jeopardy game is going to be really fun because you guys are going to get to play along with it in the comments. So to give you a little tease before we go, PC, we're gonna do these like Uno cards or a magic trick. Let's pick one and we'll read it off and give you a little tease. Let's see what we got here.
You get a good one?
This is actually from the gun store that I also host. I host for Smoky Mountain Guns and Ammo, and somebody commented, "Bam Margera got sober and works at the gun shop."
So stay tuned. Those are going to be great. If you're gonna write something mean because you want to be on the show now, just realize we have feelings, and at least put an LOL at the end so we know you're kidding.
Thank you, Jeff P8718. Really appreciate that.
So
Wow.
that's all I got.
Folks, as always, it's been me, TC, here with Smoky Mountain Knife Works, SMKW.com, along with Isaac and Greg. We thank you guys so much, and remember, if it cuts, we carry it.